Welcome to the Clubhouse Corner with Benny, Moose, and Eddie. Straight from Fremont to the Clubhouse. Dive into a world where East Coast golf elegance meets West Coast chill. All right, Eddie, well, we're here again. Clubhouse Corner.
Episode 6.
Episode 6, half a dozen.
Half a dozen.
You know, and it keeps rolling.
Yeah, it's great. Love it.
It is. It's pretty spectacular. You got a call about a lesson.
Shout out to Frank Piro, who listened to KNBR a couple of weekends in a row. He's a member up at Blackhawk Country Club, and he lives in San Mateo. So he said he listens to KNBR, listened to the show, liked what I had to say, came over for a lesson a couple of days ago. Yeah, so shout out to Frank.
Hey, that's great. Thanks, Frank. That's why we're here.
Yeah,
very cool. Well, we're gonna dedicate this episode. We're gonna call it the swing session. You know, we've had the GPA, the grip, posture, and alignment. We're going to kind of follow through on the alignment deal and, you know, kind of figure all that out as we move along through the show.
Sounds like a plan.
But, you know, we want to definitely give a shout out again to our sponsor, Trumer Pils. Thank you very much, Trumer.
Trumer Pils, Berkeley Tap Room.
Go see Derek. It's clean, refreshing, perfect on the course, perfect for a Thursday or Friday afternoon.
Saturday, Sunday, any day that ends in Y.
It starts with T or M or W or S.
No, it tastes great.
It does. It's a great beer. The most awarded Pilsner.
That's pretty amazing.
You know, it is amazing. And, you know, they call it the perfect Pilsner. I mean, I think it's really good. But anyway, enough about Trumer, but thank you for
cheers, Trumer.
Cheers. You know, we're gonna talk a little bit about golf fitness along with the alignment.
Okay.
And there's a thing out there that you know more than I do, of course, but when it comes to golf fitness, there's a program that Titleist started years ago called the Titleist Performance Institute.
That's right.
TPI.
Yep.
So you're a level 2 certified golf professional.
That's right. I certainly am.
And that can't be an easy task to get that certification.
So Titleist started this back in 1997 when Tiger Woods came out. He won the Masters.
He changed the game.
He revolutionized it. It used to be where you had your golf professional, you had your swing coach, and then your caddy. There was 3 people. Now he changed the game. Now you have a short game coach, long game coach, mental coach. You've got a marketing team. It's more of a hexagonal type of look rather than a triangle. Anyway, so he changed the kind of game of it, and he brought out kind of fitness. The original fitness guy was Gary Player way back then.
Sure. He's still fit as a fiddle.
Oh, for sure. And the whole Titleist came around by the 2 co-owners, Greg Rose, who's a chiropractor, was based in Washington, D.C., and Phillips, who's the golf professional. He was at a golf course in New Jersey, I believe it was. And he was friends with Wally Uhlheim, who's the Titleist CEO. So he took Dave Phillips is his name. Dave took Wally down to see Greg Rose down in Washington, and to this revolutionary type of way to look at a golf swing and how to golf coach. So Greg developed this physical screen. He could put you through this functional movement screen and tell you exactly what you do when you hit a golf ball, and it revolutionized that. So basically, driving back from Washington, Wally Uhlheim did the math in his head. Now, Titleist are a golf ball company. They don't really make any money selling golf clubs. They make fantastic clubs, but they're a golf ball company. So Wally, it kind of light bulb went off in Wally's head. He said, "Well, if you're not playing golf, you're not buying Titleist golf balls. Uh-huh. So if you're not injured and you're playing more golf, you're buying more golf balls. So that's where Titleist came into it. Uh-huh. They're based down in Oceanside here in California. Fantastic quality range. The whole facility is second to none. They have everything you can need to improve your golf game. They are the world's leading authority in golf fitness and nutrition. And so that's where Titleist came around back in 1997.
So, you know, I don't do a ton of fitness, but I do know the value in core stability,
for sure,
rotation, balance. And you know, is that kind of what TPI, modality is?
Golf is a rotational game.
Sure.
Just like baseball, tennis, those types of sports. But your body affects your golf swing affects your body, right? So how they look at it is they basically put you through a physical screen, find out what kind of limitations you have. Maybe you don't have any limitations, right? And then they look at, your swing characteristics, and they have the big 12 swing characteristics. that are slide, sway, reverse spine angle, early extension, over the top, all those kind of things. You've added flying right elbow, chicken wing, those kind of things that are very common. Now, that could be a physical issue.
Sure.
So, for example, Frank Piro, who came in there the other day, he has a problem in his golf swing where he has a loss of posture called early extension, where the lower body thrusts towards the ball, causing your upper body to stand up. I call it ball humping, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit easier to...
He's a humper.
A little bit easier to remember it rather than early extension. So when I saw that, I did the swing analysis, saw he does that. Now I'm trying to figure out, why is he doing this? Mm-hmm. Is it a reaction to something, or is it a physical problem? So one of the tests on the physical screen at Titleist is the overhead deep squat test. And basically, if you can't perform an overhead deep squat, you will lose your body angles and hump the ball. So to me, as a golf teacher, I'm like, is it a physical problem or is it a mental problem? Mm-hmm. So I gave him the overhead deep squat test, no problem. Past that, so now I can go give him the swing drills. If it is a physical problem, well, he's got to kind of assess that so he can do the swing drills properly. Mm-hmm. Because your golf swing is based on what you physically can or cannot do. Titleist TPI's philosophy is that there's an infinite number of ways to swing a golf club, but there's one perfect way for you to swing a golf club, and that's based on what you can physically or physically cannot do.
Interesting.
Yeah. Out of all the golf professionals on the PGA Tour, the top 50 in the world, 48 of them will all have TPI certified golf professionals
on their payroll,
on their team.
Yeah.
So coming back to their whole team kind of philosophy, there's fitness professionals, there's medical professionals, and there's golf professionals all under the TPI umbrella. I'm a golf professional, so they have kind of three levels. Level one, all of the fitness medical guys and the golf pros do the same course, and then they branch off and specialize in their own industry, because fitness professional essentially doesn't need to know everything about how you hit a golf ball, but he has to know some of the basics of what I'm teaching.
Sure.
Around those big characteristics. My as a golf professional, I don't need to know everything what a fitness professional or medical professional does, but I need to know a little bit of the basics so we can cooperate and combine as a team effort.
Are there different levels at the golf and the fitness, and so
I go to level 3. Yep,
level 3. Okay.
Level 3, and then they also do a junior development a curriculum as well. So I did level 1, level 2 golf professional, as well as level 3 junior development.
Okay.
So I like to look at, when I look at golfers, I'm like, obviously your physical limitations going to affect your golf swing.
So how do you do that at the clubhouse? Do you, besides an assessment to teach them how to swing a club?
So what I do a kind of a modified version of what they do. So I bring someone in like Frank, hit some balls, get your data from the flight scope. Then I do the swing analysis based on those Big 12 characteristics. And then if I see, like, say if he's coming over the top, I'll give him a test that I know that is directly related to your swing characteristic. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to figure out, is it a physical problem first? If it's not, well, I can go give him the swing drills. If it is a physical problem, I've got to make them aware of what they're doing.
Okay. Because
you're always going to revert back to what your body can or cannot do. I had a scratch golfer in last week, and really good player, and kind of sways and slides. Gave him a pelvic rotation test. I could see sway, slide straight away, and I'm like, that's why you do it. And he's always done it. He's always fought it. So it's kind of like a Sherlock Holmes type thing.
Yeah.
When someone comes in, there's a puzzle, there's a problem. What can I do to help this person? Is it a physical thing? Is it a mental thing? That kind of ways. And then
that's pretty cool. You can dissect it, break it down,
yeah,
and analyze, and then reverse engineer the swing,
yeah,
based off of any kind of limitations.
That's right. I mean, personally, I think every golf professional should have a TPI qualification, because look, golf is the hardest game in the world because there's so many moving parts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When I look at people coming in issues, I'm like, get rid of this crap movement, get rid of the inefficient movement, make it more efficient. And then, boom, golf's easier.
So they can email you, just like booking a lesson.
Just like Frank did, yeah. Eddie at FremontClubhouse.com, yeah.
But for the TPI as well, for an assessment, you'll do that right at the clubhouse, right?
If they want to specifically put me to put them through the screen, for sure I can do that. Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll put them through the whole screen. It takes about 10, 12 minutes to perform the whole thing.
Sure.
So it doesn't take a long time.
I've done the screen.
Yeah.
I had limitations.
I'm pretty sure everybody does,
sure.
Right? I mean, like a lot of people that come to golf, maybe maybe play golf later on in their life, that they played other sports, they've got bum knees, ankles, hips, lower back problems.
Sure.
As you mentioned, core stability. When Rory McIlroy first came out on the scene, he had back issues.
He did?
He had back issues, and at TPI they told him, said, look, if you don't strengthen up your core, you're not going to be able to play golf for that long. And look at the longevity he's had.
Yeah.
One of the best players in the world for 20 years.
Right.
But he had back problems when he came out. And then he became good friends with Tiger. Tiger's whole fitness regimen. Now you look at Rory, he's
ripped.
He's ripped. Fitness fanatic. The power muscles in your golf swing are the glutes and the abs. TBI call it the king and the queen. And that's what rotates. And you get all that rotational power. Rory McIlroy, for example, the average amateur rotates left. Their pelvis goes left at about 300 degrees. Think of it like spinning a circle.
Sure.
The average pro does at 550 degrees per second. And then Rory McIlroy does at 720. So Rory's hips are going left twice as fast as the average amateur.
Wow.
He's got squat mechanics too, so he's getting
Sure.
He uses the ground a lot. And, that's where he's 5'10". He's hitting the ball past people who are 6'2".
Oh, he hits it, 320 on average?
And he makes it look like he's not even swinging.
He's
So,
not even swinging.
that power from the ground up, that rotational speed
Sure.
is critical in golf.
And there's a ton of workouts and stuff as well, like lateral lunges with a kettlebell, or
There's thousands. There's
right.
thousands.
Sure.
And, everyone says, what's the top 10? Well, that's based on what you can or cannot do,
sure.
right?
Yeah, limitations.
You go to mytpi.com. There's thousands of exercises you can do based on, the swing characteristics, physical limitations. Great place to go if you want to get better.
Well, that's good stuff. I've been doing some personal training myself. I'm doing Pilates, which is core stability,
strength, right?
Rotation, and a lot of inhibitions that I have are in my quads and my medial ligaments going, for my balance. And so we're trying to break that fascia down and really just so I can have more balance, as well as rotation, as well as core stability. And, it's golf season. Like, it's time, right? So
one of the screen tests in the TPI is a balance test. A PGA Tour average is balancing on one leg, which 16 seconds with your eyes closed. If you can't balance like that, how are you going to hit a golf ball?
Yeah, right.
Right? When you look at Rory's swing, he's always balanced.
Well, what about Scotty Scheffler? Guy looks like. How do you mimic that? You can't mimic it.
He's world number one. He's made he's won $8.5 million the last week and a half.
Right, you can't knock it.
I guarantee you, every teacher's not going to teach what he does.
Yeah, absolutely not.
The Scotty Shuffle. He looks like he's playing
the Scotty Shuffle.
He looks like he's going billiards or something. He's going bowling with that little leg flip.
And then he tries to play a little high draw, and then he just snaps out of it.
If you told someone who's never watched golf before, and they looked at his swing, and you said that they were world number one, you'd be like, "There's no way." The guy's almost fallen over.
That's right.
So that just is a testament to how much talent he has in his hands and arms. Look, I'm not teaching that. I don't think you can. You can't
teach that. No.
So the Scotty Shuffle. Good for him.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, no, that's great. Reach out to Eddie, get some fitness TPI, at least assessment, to know where you can go and what to work on.
Yeah, Frank came in a couple of days ago and he thought he was coming over the top. He wasn't coming over the top. So you got to be able to diagnose yourself properly.
Sure.
To find out how to improve and a plan to go forward. Yeah, reach out.
Well, that's the beauty of working with a PGA professional too, right? I mean, you can see it. It's kind of like it's not really medicine where you're not practicing to figure it out.
Correct.
You can see it. You can fix it.
Correct. And that's why we need the high-speed cameras, the swing calculus software, what we have at the clubhouse.
Absolutely.
You need to be able to. You can't see yourself. That's why you need a coach to be able to see what you're doing.
Sure. Yeah. It's not fun to see yourself swing a golf club, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
Especially for diagnosis and curing.
100%.
So, well, that's great stuff. Like I said, give Eddie a call, get your physical, self kind of assessed, and then move forward on your fitness regimes, and then we'll get your golf swing tuned in and dialed up.
Turning tragic into magic.
Into magic. I love it. Good stuff, Eddie.
Yep.
It's really good stuff. Talking about, the GPA and alignment,
The three fundamentals, yeah.
I see you brought some green sticks here. What do we got going on?
I know
here?
everybody wants Eddie's tip of the week. Yeah. So GPA stands for grip, posture, alignment. That's the three fundamentals. We talked about grip, talked a little bit about posture. This one's alignment. So if you remember anything, it would be train tracks. So in golf, you have your target line where you've got your ball, you're trying to hit that towards your target, whatever that target might be. Mm-hmm. From there, you've got to set the club face nice and square to your intended target line, and then you've got to position your body parallel to that target line. Okay, so think about it in terms of train tracks. They run parallel side to side. Mm-hmm. So you have your target line, you have your body line. There's four major things. You got your feet, your knees, your hips, and your shoulders, and I want that pretty much to be dead square parallel to your target line.
At what point of... At the start of the swing?
At the address position.
Address position.
Okay. So, you have to train yourself what square looks like, how to actually set up that way.
Because you can line up open, you can line up closed, you can line up crooked.
For sure, and that's going to cause differences in the path, the face, the hook, the slice, blah, blah, blah. You can fix that right there if you're aimed dead square at the target. Mm-hmm. So we have these alignment sticks that have become very popular the last, maybe 20, 30 years. And you just basically throw them down, make sure you're aiming at the target, and you can rewire your alignment so you're aiming at the target. Every day we're slightly different. We're not the same people every single day.
I agree with that.
So we have to constantly make sure that we're aiming at the target. So we use those alignment sticks to be able to train yourself at the driving range how to aim properly. Mm-hmm. And every golfer's pretty much got them in the bag. We've got two of these. We got the little Clubhouse logos. We have this little head cover that goes on top of it, because sometimes when they're in the bag, they kind of nick around and hit your driver and kind of little nicks.
Scratches, yeah.
So, we had Clubhouse head cover, Clubhouse alignment sticks. Third fundamental is alignment, and think of train tracks. Aim. How are you going to hit your target if you're not aiming at it?
So square your shoulders, meaning parallel
to the target line.
To the target line.
As well as your feet,
your hips, and
your knees, and your hips. Yeah.
Shoulders, hips, knees, feet.
You can have your feet aiming properly and your shoulders open. Uh-huh. You'll hit that pull left.
Sure.
If you have your hips or shoulders closed off, you're going to hit that little block or hook.
Right.
So, that's the third fundamental of the game. Grip, posture, alignment.
Great.
Get some alignment sticks. And, we have them at the clubhouse.
They're good looking, too.
We got the forest green.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. You got to represent.
Yeah, those are sexy. I like
and we did have a little giveaway, right? So we're going to give these away to one lucky customer if they tag us on social media.
Yeah, social media, Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
Tag us Fremont Clubhouse.
Okay.
And then we'll do a random draw, and then you want to throw something? You want to sweeten it a little bit?
Give like a golf simulator time. Give it like a free hour of golf sim time. Come check out the clubhouse. Pick up your alignment sticks.
How about for 4 people?
Done.
1 hour.
Hey, it's your business.
Yeah. I think that's a good little deal right there.
Oh, for sure.
So tag us, like us, mention us.
Yeah.
Let us know you're out there. You know, and let's create the audience. Let's keep Eddie busy as well.
Perfect. Love it.
Sound good.
Great.
Good stuff, Eddie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, I have a busy weekend playing some golf.
You're a busy man, Ben. You've got a lot of balls in the air. You've got a lot of responsibility, and then you're throwing in golf in there. That's great.
I like to sleep, but it doesn't happen very often. So I'm playing in it's a kind of a match play event down at Corral de Tierra, which is a club in Salinas.
Yep.
So it's a single elimination ladder program. So I'm playing my first match tomorrow. And then the US Am Tour again this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Playing Saturday at Old Del Monte.
Okay.
One of the oldest courses west of the Mississippi.
Yeah.
And then Poppy Hills, part of the NCGA and at beautiful Pebble Beach.
You got three good days of golf coming up.
I know. It's going to be rainy, though. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
well, you're prepared. You got your rain gear, right?
I do. I have rain gear. I have my umbrella. I have my waterproof shoes. Yeah. I even have rain gloves, Eddie.
I don't doubt it for a second.
I cannot stand slippery gloves.
It's the worst.
Slimy, I can't.
Yeah, and you got rain gloves, right?
I do.
So you got to make sure they're wet to activate them.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I don't like putting in them though, but they're kind of a pain to get on and off.
I don't like wearing two gloves.
I can't. That's like, so weird.
Tommy Gainey, Tommy Two Gloves.
Tommy Two Gloves.
Anytime someone comes for a lesson, they're wearing two gloves. I'm like, okay, just we got a problem.
Yeah.
But if you're playing in rain, you need it. I remember playing in a tournament in New Jersey, and it was a qualifier tournament, and it was just pissing down, like it was raining sideways.
I hate it
for pretty much all day. And I don't like rain gloves. I don't like wearing two. But we got to the 16th hole, and there's a par 3, and it's a carry. And I couldn't even feel the club. I couldn't even get the ball over that.
Sure.
So after that, I'm like, rain gloves in the bag.
Yeah.
No,
they work.
Yeah.
They're pretty incredible. I mean, if anybody out there isn't familiar with rain gloves, they, like Eddie said, they activate by being wet.
Yeah.
But then they're like, it's a weird sensation. They're like sticky.
When you're so used to just wearing one glove,
yeah.
Then you have two gloves. You're like, Tommy Two Gloves. Do you have a rain hat?
I have a bucket hat for sure.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's waterproof, right?
Oh yeah,
because you can have a rain jacket, rain pants, rain everything. And if you don't make sure this is good,
right.
your head's going to get wet.
That's right.
Big umbrella too.
Yep, got that.
Put your towel up there. Put your gloves up there.
That's right.
Yeah, and you're going to take a caddy at any of those rounds, or
I can. You can have a spectator or a caddy.
Yeah.
But
does the crowd have caddies? I don't think they do, right?
Caddies.
Or Poppy do, right?
I think you can request
one,
early on, but no.
Del Monte probably not.
No, not at Del Monte. I think maybe you can if you request it, but
yeah.
I know I've played Del Monte quite a bit. I haven't played Pebble in a long time. I'm excited though.
Oh, that's great. Well, good luck, Benny Moose. Play well.
Thanks. Are you playing this weekend?
Not this weekend. I'm on daddy duty.
Okay.
I got to take Ella to the mall and Ella to church, and that's okay. That's my number one job, and happy to do it. I played last week with my boys, Ralph Cavana and Mike Hernandez, and Ralph's son Jesse, over at Boulder Ridge. Beautiful day. Played pretty good too. They did a bunch of changes there. They took out about 30 bunkers.
30. That's a lot of sand.
And the bunkers frame the hole, and the bunker essentially is there to save a ball from going into a worse position. Did you know that?
No.
So when I was, you've heard of Pete Dye, right? Pete Dye designed Sawgrass where they played last week.
Yeah.
I used to work at a golf course called Old Marsh Golf Club in Florida. I was telling you about the ball situation, right? The grip that lost like 54 balls. So I spent some time with Pete Dye Jr. At Old Marsh, and I was just listening to him, and he was like, talking about bunkers, and he told me that's why the bunker is there, to save the ball from going in a worse position.
No kidding.
So that hole that the guys dunked, 4 balls in or whatever, there's a bunker on the left side of the green, and that's their protection against the water.
Then why would they put a bunker in front of the green?
Well, it's on the left side of the green. So the ball goes in there. It saves the ball from, like, if it was grass, that ball would have bounced into the water.
Oh, sure.
So bunkers are there to save balls from going into the worst position.
That makes sense.
But they frame the holes. My favorite designer out of all the designers is A.J. Tillinghast.
Uh-huh.
Famous designer from the East Coast, some of the best golf courses in the planet. Mm-hmm. If anyone has an opportunity to play San Francisco Golf Club, that's the only...
He's Tillinghast?
It's the only Tillinghast design west of Texas.
I didn't know that.
And it's my favorite. It's because of the bunkers frame the hole.
Uh-huh.
It's phenomenal. That's my favorite designer. But yeah,
Oh,
bunkers
cool.
are a big part of it. And
Love to play there someday. SF Club.
Yeah, played there a few times.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Eddie, we have, not only this giveaway this week, but we have a deal of the week. So, we sell Callaway, Mizuno,
Yep.
TaylorMade, PXG, Sunday Golf.
Yep. US Kids Golf
US
too.
Kids Golf for the kids as well. So, what do you have up your sleeve for a deal of the week?
So, the deal of the week is Odyssey putters, the new AI smoke putters.
Love it. Okay.
So they just released them out. They have 2 different designs. They have the mill design, which is a little bit more expensive. That retails at $449, and then they have the white hot insert that retails at $299.
And John Dutton has the gold.
He's got the gold because he likes the shiny gold. So the deal of the week is you get $50 off.
Wow.
It's pretty good, man.
That's a really good deal.
And if you want to get fit for the right putter, we have the Sam Putt Lab, which is the number one putting analytical tool in the world.
Yeah,
it gives you recommendations of what kind of putter you're supposed to have.
It's pretty dynamic. Sample Lab.
We had you on there a couple of days ago. You got your
yesterday.
You got your putter re-gripped.
I did.
Got your numbers.
Yeah.
We see that you're putting good.
Yeah.
Hey, that gives you confidence to go say, hey, you know what? You can't question your technique.
That's right. No, you just go roll the ball. Roll the rock, baby.
The equipment is, 12% of the overall picture. You like your putters. I get that.
I know.
But now you're confident in your stroke. You don't have to question that.
That's
You've
right.
got the right putter for you, the right style of putter. You got the right grip. Then you just go ahead and work on reading the green, hitting it with the right speed. And
That's right.
do that bocce thing and hole some putts this weekend.
That's it. No, I'm excited. Well, that's a screaming deal. $50 off.
Yeah.
An AI, the new Odyssey putters.
We have all of them to demo as well, so you can come in and try them all, see which one you like the feel of, the weight of, the sound of, all of that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
Hit
Eddie
me
at
up.
FremontClubhouse.com.
that's it.
That's a great deal. That's very cool. Well, in closing here, we again thank you, Trumer Pils, for helping make the show a success and possible. Cheers to you, Eddie, as well. And then, I just want to remind everybody about the clubhouse in general. Besides coming and playing some golf, besides you go outside on the beautiful Italian cypress-lined patio, play some bocce.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful out there today.
Oh man,
we had a party up there, maybe like 40, 50 people having a great time.
Is that right?
Hooter and hollering, having a good old time.
Oh, that's good.
They have their own private space.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And there's an awning if you want to get some shade, and there's a trellis to get some more shade, and then play bocce until your heart's content.
Yep.
There's nothing better than having a little glass of vino and a little wine and playing some bocce on a afternoon. I think that's spectacular. And then also, just come in with, your corporate events, like you said, today. Graduation season's coming up.
That's right.
There's rehearsal dinners because if you get engaged, there's birthday parties, all kinds of corporate event opportunities, social events. Come to the 19th hole.
Yep.
Daily happy hour, but it's a pretty cool place.
If you're looking to have an event there, we have an event coordinator, Nicole.
Yep.
Nicole, Nicole, at
FremontClubhouse.com.
FremontClubhouse.com.
Yeah.
Just shoot her an email. We'd be happy to help.
That's right. No, that's what we're there for.
Good job, Betty Moose.
Hey, that's all we can do, right? So we want to thank, again, our listeners for tuning in.
Yep.
Be sure to, mention us on social media. Let us know how we're doing. Drop us a line, tag us, and we're gonna draw a winner for some alignment sticks.
Yep.
And a group of 4 to come up and play some golf on the simulators.
Next week there'll be another prize.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's spectacular. And one thing I'm not sure, our listeners may not be aware of, right? I mean, I know we do have a listener following now, but we're all over the internet. We're on Spotify.
Yeah,
we're
that's
on
so cool.
Amazon.
That's so cool.
You can actually watch the podcast on YouTube.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, that's video.
My daughter, she's in love with the Beatles, and so we had to get her a Spotify membership. She plays the guitar.
That's cool.
She loves it. She loves the Beatles. So I was so stoked to actually show her that we were on Spotify. She loved that.
Yeah. Well, hey, we got to wrap it up, Eddie. And thank you again, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Eddie, for all you do. And let's get this golf season started. Come get your fitness analysis done and play some good golf. And we'll see everybody next week. What do we do again, Eddie?
Turning tragic into magic.
Tragic into magic. All right, bud. Thank you.